Hey there, listeners. Thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today we're talking about 14 Ways to Die by Vincent Ralph. This is it's a mystery thriller for young adults in the digital age. It follows Jess as she embarks on this quest to use social media as a platform in order to solve her mother's 10-year murder. Her mother's death is a cold case now, but her mother was the first victim of the Magpie Killer, the Magpie Man, and he is a serial killer. He does kill every 9 months. He does kill someone, and I think it was a story that had a lot of potential, especially when you think of today's day and age. A lot of the things that we do nowadays, we are living in a very digital age. You know, we use our phones, our computers, our tablets for pretty much everything, from homework to research to banking to personal finance to investing. I mean, we pretty much live, especially after COVID, we've gone even more digital. We use it to connect to friends and family across great distances. We're FaceTiming. We are online. You know, a lot of us have smart homes. We have Google Minis. We have Alexa Echoes. Pretty much we live in a very digital age. That's nothing new, really. But what I do think is interesting is how Ralph utilizes YouTube and reality TV in order to make that more interesting to young adult readers who, pretty much live off YouTube and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Everyone uses those nowadays. You can't get around it. In some form or another, your face is going to be online, whether you like it or not, whether it was your choice or not. It is a fact. So Jess she entered a competition to be a part of a reality TV series that follows her once a week. She won, and she's using her platform to draw out the Magpie Killer and solve her mother's murder. She wants to bring him to justice. She wants to solve it. That's it. That's all she wants in her life. To solve her mother's murder. After 10 years, her and her family, her and her father, really, they're still broken over it. And you can understand that. You can understand that a lot, I think, as a reader. You can connect to that. What didn't work so well, though, was the pacing of the story. It starts to feel very repetitive, and it starts to lose me to the point where I started to care less about the character. A lot of the chapters are really concise. Some of them are even just a page or half a page. But that doesn't mean the pacing is swift. A lot of the time we're just following Jess in her head. Some weird things do start to happen. Some sinister things do start to happen around her or to her. And those are the interesting bits of the story. But there are long drawn out scenes of her just reiterating the same thing in a different way. And after a point, I'm like, okay, I get it. You're still mourning your mother's death. I understand that. I get it. You want to solve her murder. That's the plot of the story. We already know that. We don't need to be reminded of that every 50 pages. You know, it's just... It got to the point where I just started to care less about Jess and her family and her mother's murder, and more of, who is the Magpie Man? You know, that's where I was more interested. Like, who is the Magpie Man? And I just thought, geez, you know, I need to know who the Magpie Man is. That's it. That is it, honestly. I was just... kind of bored by it midway through. Midway through the story, I was like, oh my god, I still have a whole 100-some pages to go. Like, I just wanted to solve it already. It's just like, oh my god, can we move on? Can we get on with this already? Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? That was me as a reader, and I don't think any author likes leaving their reader feeling like that. I don't think that's the goal ever. So I feel bad that that's how I felt, but it is how I felt. I just felt like the plot and the story was dragged out so much. I wanted it to be a little bit faster. I wanted the tension to rise a little bit more. I wanted more from this story than what I got from it. And unfortunately, you know, it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen, unfortunately. So I have to say I was a little disappointed. I wanted way more from it than what I got. The ending was, you know, pretty interesting. I didn't see the suspect for who they were. I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I mean, it's a good story. It's definitely sinister. I just feel like the pacing was way too slow, and I felt like the story just needed to be a little bit more concise to make sure that it didn't come off as repetitive. So this was 14 Ways to Die. It's going to get 3 out of 5 stars. If you want to purchase the book, please remember to purchase from your local bookseller or online book retailer. If there's not a bookstore nearest to you, you can go on bookshop.org, you can go on indiebound.org, you can go on Books A Million, and barnesandnoble.com. You know? Support your bookstores in any way that you can, whether they're owned by a chain or whether they're independently owned. Bookshop and IndieBound will give you a list of independently owned bookstores nearest to you, and Barnes & Noble and Books A Million will ship anywhere in the country. In fact, Barnes & Noble ships internationally, which I think is great. Probably because they're owned by Waterstones now. So, if money's tight, which I get it, for me money is super tight right now, please check out the book from your local library. The libraries are there for you. They are a great resource for the community. Definitely deserve all the support that they can get. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me here by liking this podcast and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. You can become a supporter on Anchor FM, my recording platform, for just 99 cents a month. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.